Hey Art Fam, it's Luis Martin, the art engineer. Can you hear it? I have the air conditioner on because it's humid, it's New York, it's delicious. Alright, let's do this. No? Take two. Take three. There it is. Alright, that took some effort. It's okay. Anyway, I have this. Do you see this? Do you recognize this? It's a reiteration of Frida, a puppet, a finger puppet. Do you have one of these? This was a gift from one of our members, Allison, here in New York. Yeah, I mean, just nudge me into the edge, off the cliff of insanity. I think I will be carrying this everywhere I go now. Okay, get yourself one of these little pigeons. And name her Frida. You guys, thank you so much for leaving the comments. I know it's just as vulnerable to leave a comment as it is to kind of show up here because in a way you are showing up, right? When you leave a comment, you're saying, hi, I exist, and you might be ignored, made fun of, and I don't know which one's worse. I think being ignored is worse. At any rate, you know what happened? I recently went crazy gaga over this amazing artist, this musician or this singer. His name is Loren Kramar, and I don't shut up about him. And I got the record. Get it? Because I don't know if you look. The record is red. At any rate, so I had a whole collage session with the record, and then I did a live and I tagged him, and then he responded. What age do we live in? Like, imagine doing that in the 60s or in the 80s even, right? Like, I don't know why I went to the 60s. The 1800s. Imagine doing that then, and just having kind of like that high five moment. I love that. So do that, you know, with everybody that you can. Just high five. It doesn't matter if they see you or not. So if you just want to high five an emoji on the comments of this video and any video that I make, just know that I appreciate it. I really do, because, and I see you. It might take me like forever to get back to you, but I see you, so thank you. Before we jump into the collage, how are you? Do you have your coffee? I have a new mug. She's beautiful. She has a nose. Or is that a bulge? Wait, is this a boy? At any rate. Okay, what are we doing today? So I have the Digital Collage Kit that I've printed out. I went to Staples, I printed it out. It looks horrible. I went to a different Staples because the one that I went to closed. The colors are a little like off. And here's the thing. So I could be like, hey, can you fix this? And it'll take me more time. Or I can roll with the punches. And I know, you know, people like us tend to be like, oh, it's okay, it's fine, I'll make it work. But if it means something to you, put up a fight is where I've arrived now. Because I think a lot of the times we're just very like, want to please everybody, don't want to make a scene, which is something stupid like, you know, copies, I guess, is like, figure it out. Otherwise, stand up. That's my 2 cents for the day. You know I'm going to give you 50. But at any rate, because I do believe that sometimes there are opportunities within these shortcomings, right? And I'll tell you what I'm talking about, because one of the images that I provided were actually pixelated. So we're gonna roll with those punches. What else did I want to say? I don't know. Okay, I'm here. I just literally rolled out of bed. Yes, it's been super crazy. It's been super hard with everything that every time I turn on the TV, it's just mass destruction. And someone had posted on Instagram that they felt that making art was like that scene in Titanic, the movie, which I always reference, of the violinist in the back playing until the ship goes down and it just takes them with them. Yes. That's our job, right? And that's okay. So, I mean, and if you don't want to do that, then get to work, right? Go give people life vests. Your art can be the life vest, but if that doesn't feel right, then get to it. All right, I'm gonna get to it the only way I know how, which is through art. Let's go. Okay, so this is the kit I was talking about before my rambling. But you can tell, see, this almost looks pink. It's just a little off. But honestly, it took so long for them to print it that I didn't want to bother to do it again. And you can see the yellow is off. So let's go through it really quick. Every month, this is a love letter from me to you of just the wonderful world that I live in. And I'm not just talking about New York. I'm just talking about, like, you know, the things that pop out at me, the things that just exist in my realm. Okay, so it's May 2024. Congratulations, we made it this far. This is the prompt, and every month I like to bunch up all of the collective images so far. Some of you asked me if I could just sell you the collective image, and I said sure, why not. So now go to collagedream.com and you can just get this image whenever you want it. You don't have to become a member, you don't have to do anything other than just buy it and make something with it. In the past, we had this fish, we had this baby, we had this crazy whirly eye, and we had the dancing chihuahuas. It was very fun. Okay, so the prompt is there. This is, I mean, this is an anthurium. It's beautiful. It's like meaty. It's in the shape of a heart. It's super sexual. It's beautiful. So yeah, I've been playing with this ad nauseum, so I won't play with it today. So this is a little vampire baby. I saw him and I fell in love with him because he reminded me of me when I was a kid. I was much more rotund, but I had really nappy curly hair that no one knew what to do with. This is all fake, by the way. And I was very fancy. My grandmother used to dress me up like I don't know, like royalty. I don't know why. We weren't rich, but she made me feel rich, and I still do feel rich. So this was me, so I love him. I gave you flowers because it's not enough. It's not enough. We need more. So maybe I'll play with the roses. Urban Decay. I love Urban Decay. I live... I don't live in Urban Decay, but I go to a lot of Urban Decay. Here's the funny thing. When you... I feel stupid saying this now. When you come from darkness. But when you're exposed to things, you can't unsee things, right? So I've seen things that I can't unsee. So now I pay tribute to them. Instead of them owning me, instead of me feeling trapped or possessed by these ghosts. And by Urban Decay, I mean, you know, just squalor and vice. I don't ignore it, and I don't judge it. Quite the opposite. I find the beauty in it and make space for it. And this is what this is. And then her. Okay, this is what I was talking about. So for some reason, the image that I sent to everybody is pixelated. Now that we all have access to the underground playground, I will be putting a better image of this image if I can find one, or else I'll substitute it with another one. But again, you can be a complete jerk and send you a letter. I pay $10 and I get a pixelated image, and you would be in the right. And I can be like, oops, sorry, and then, you know, brush it off. But no, I'm going to mend it. But this is also an opportunity to do something with this and play. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play with this. I'm going to see what I can do with this where I feel okay with it, because I hate that it's pixelated. I just hate it. Because it's not pixelated enough. If it were more, great. If it were less, maybe. Anyway, love her. She's a statue of God knows who, but she's listening. So pay attention. She's listening. This is an image of New York. I am from LA, so to me this is still like Disneyland, right? I come from strip malls, I come from... I don't know where I come from, but the thing is that I don't come from here. So this always... I'm walking on the street and I'm still struck by like the little houses, by the development, if you can call it that. And just how we live within these confines. It's amazing. So it's beautiful. I thought the colors, the geometry of it all, beautiful. Maybe I'll play with this. A tiger. So I found this tiger in the street, believe it or not, and then I took it with me. And this is actually a picture of MoMA, at MoMA, and yeah, it's just so cute, little tiger. I like toys. What can I say? This. So I love the Lower East Side. The Lower East Side is a neighborhood where it feels like New York 1980, for better or for worse. And there's a bar that has this in their window. I don't drink, so I don't necessarily go to these places, but they're just beautiful. Yeah. So I haven't I've been sober for a year. I didn't necessarily feel like I had a problem, but I thought I should stop for clarity. And I've learned a few things. Can I tell you the first thing that I've learned? Nobody cares. I thought, oh my god, I'm not going to have any friends. I'm not going to drink with them, or it's going to be weird. No, after the first drink and they're like, oh, come on, come on. And then you say no. They go to their second, their third, and they really don't care. And I'm drinking my lemonade. So, word to the wise. Okay, so I will play with the eye. This is just funny. I like to counterbalance the pixelated lady with these guys, because they're just robber barons, I don't know. And oh my god, I love these ladies. These are the yearbook. We're doing a yearbook. It's going slow, but we're doing a yearbook. More on that later. Okay, so I have my stash. What I usually tell people, bring other elements that you have lying around, your scraps, right? So right off the bat, I have these scraps. These are from books. Usually books inside have really beautiful color papers to separate the content from the cover, and I thought this was beautiful. I also found this. This is cool. This is, somebody sent me like a print or something, or I don't know, maybe I bought it. It cost $3, and I liked it because I thought sometimes it's nice to have a parameter, right? So I like the idea of, oh, I'm gonna make a collage today that fits in here, and it just helps. It just helps. It'll be my guideline today. How about that? So this will be my guideline. It's a little warped, so I won't. No, maybe I'll collage in it, actually. I love that. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, let me have some more coffee, you guys. How are you? What are you doing? How's life? How are you staying afloat? How are you thriving? Forget staying afloat. Don't stay afloat. Thrive. How are you thriving? Let me know. Put it in the comments. Through an emoji. How about that? Answer how you're thriving through an emoji. You'll get 5 points for that. Oh my god, you guys, this past weekend we had a little get-together for one of our members from Texas who came, and it was wonderful. We had a few of the Collage Dream members who live in New York, and let me tell you, it is so nice to get together with Art Fam, and more than anything too, creating a safe space and a welcoming space for a friend from far away, right? I'd never met Andres in person, but we've interacted many times. He was part of the 6M program, and he's been a member for a while. And it's just nice to travel and know that you have a group of people on the other side expecting you, if anything, just a high five, right? And it was just nice to have that, and to be able to put that together and see everyone that could come. So wherever you are, know that there are good friends out there waiting for you. How about them apples, huh? Alright, this is cool. So as I was saying that, I was like, oh, this would be an interesting... How cool. I mean, I'm early days, but look how fun. Peekaboo. Talk about being a voyeur, huh? I like this. Oh, you guys, what? Okay, something's happening. Alright, let's do this. I've been, leaning into my writing. I still haven't finished the book that I shared with you last week on Kurt Vonnegut, because it's turned kind of into a textbook, and I'm reading it slow so I can consume and digest all the information. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful, you guys. And it got me to think. It got me thinking, as things normally do, about what I'm doing. Because, so I've always written with my collages, but I've kind of taken it a step forward, and in doing so, I'm like, wait a minute, where did this come from? And I remembered Miss Cooper. Miss Cooper was a teacher at my elementary school, Magnolia Elementary School, where, of course, I was a student volunteer. And I was a volunteer when I was in the 5th grade, and she was teaching kindergarten or something. She was a sub. At any rate, she had an exercise we would do where she would put up a poster, and all the kids would do free writes. And I would do it along with them. And it trained my mind, my soul, to jump into these images and listen and see and kind of be part of it. And I've never stopped doing that. So thank you, Miss Cooper, if you're listening wherever you are. I love Miss Cooper. It's so funny because I remember at the end of the semester we were leaving, so I wanted to get her a gift. And of course, what did I give her? I got her a book. What book did I get her? What is it called? The something of Madison Square County. It was a salacious book about an affair with a horseman or something. I don't know. And I was a kid. I was a 5th grader. Here, Miss Cooper. Thank you for your inspiration. At any rate, I got it at Target. I used to love Target back then too. So that was great. And then that led me down the rabbit hole to another memory of where these posters came from. I used to buy these posters from one of the, I don't know, security guards who worked at the elementary school. Her name was Delfina. She was this big lady with red hair. She was Mexican with really brown skin, but she dyed her hair red, and there was this it was beautiful. She had this beautiful contrast. And I don't know where she got them, but she had these beautiful posters of like sceneries, of just like random stuffs, like Disney stuff that I would never buy, of course. But even then I was like, what the fuck is this? Still lives. What a weird word, still lives. And I would buy these, and I would put them in my wall or whatever. But the story that kind of emerged was that I remembered that in thinking of her, I asked, oh, whatever happened to Delfina? And I remembered that she stopped associating herself with me because she found out that I was queer. I mean, I came out when I was like 3 years old, which is why I'm kind of like, whatever. But she disassociated with me, and I learned very early to kind of be okay with that, you know? Which for a kid I think is very painful. But I learned quickly to move on and to be at the forefront of my own tribe, I want to say, or at the forefront of the people that make me feel good and my emotions, really. So, you know, it happens. It's fucked up. But if this happens to you, know that, again, at the other end of wherever you're going, there are good friends waiting for you. So cheers to that. So now, on Instagram, I'm putting my collages along with the poetry, and it's again just like tagging someone and having them high five, to be able to share the work that I'm doing, and then have, I'm not gonna lie, you know, have that instant gratification. It's just so beautiful, because as artists we rarely get the opportunity to get that feedback, to feel like our work matters, right? And it does. So this is what I'm saying. Try to step out as much as you can. And you won't always get that feedback, but it'll feel good to know that you did your part, right? Okay. I'm trying to make a circle, freehand. So this artist that I'm in love with, Loren Kramar, he's super queer in the best way, and so unapologetic. I love one song in particular called Hollywood Boulevard, but there's another one called I'm a Slut. And basically what it says is he's a slut, and so what? He's a slut for his dreams, and he has plenty. And he also chants, and I'm a witch, a witch, a witch. And the chorus says, he's a witch. Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant, you guys. Because I don't call myself a witch, but I know I am. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Look at this. Isn't this... Okay, this is beautiful. I think we're done. Oh, I love it, you guys. So something's happened here. And inadvertently, which is the word of the day, it starts to look like the cover of a album, an LP. Okay, so I'm gonna put this to the side because I still want to see what else I have here, and I want to address this. So this is what I was saying. What can you do with this? What can we do with this? Let's see. Now that we're witches, what can we do with this? We can don't know, address the elephant in the room by just covering up what makes us not like it, right? So if this was a perfect image, I probably wouldn't do this because I would feel it's unnecessary, right? So here, what I'm doing is I'm kind of just playing with it. When you use these Posca markers, one thing to remember is that they are paint, so you can be painterly about it, right? You don't have to be so linear with it. Meaning, you don't have to be straight. That's my queer propaganda. You don't have to be straight. No, you don't have to make straight lines. Don't encourage me. Okay. Also, you guys, there's something going on with the membership for people who are trying to join the Digital Collage membership in Canada. For some reason, we have a huge following in Canada. Thank you, Canada. And thank you, Joanne LaFrance, because I'm sure this is somehow you're propagating us over there. So thank you, my love. But it's really interesting. So now my POS system is for some reason charging extra $10 for shipping. No, $14. It's something crazy. At any rate, I am addressing it. Please bear with. And I don't want you to pay more than you have to, obviously. So, attends s'il vous plaît, merci. Dun, dun, dun. Alors, that's all I can say. So look, this is the fun thing about it all is try to play with the mark making that you create, right? Because then this creates visual interest, and it things happen, right? Like, okay, cool. So what else do I have? I have more Posca pens. I have a whole... Ooh, okay, and then we go to the China marker, you guys. I love the China marker. Ooh, look at this blue one. Okay, so this is... How fun. So you see how all of a sudden you're like, pixelize what? So don't let little stupors throw you off your game, right? So the last weekend prompt was a little hard for people, I think, because it was very, I don't think it was easy to visualize the prompt. So the prompt was #air. And people were like, what the hell? How the hell am I going to do this? And some people actually did it, and it really, really worked amazingly, you guys. So again, just kind of play with, like, see how that could be air, right? Matt, who left an amazing message, thank you, Matt, in last week's. Matt said, he explained to me why he liked the videos, and it's so helpful when you do that, because then I can create more of it and address it, right? So Matt, thank you. So Matt did his air collage, and he did a bunch of like this, with like colored pencil, I think, so it felt very airy and light. Felt so right. So here we're doing this, and yeah, she's still a little bit pixelated, and yes, I should still give you your new image, and I will, but isn't that fun? Okay, and I love these China markers, you guys. China markers are the best because they're greasy and they go on everything, which is my thing, because it's smooth. That's what it is. It's smooth. There we go. Every witch needs the moon. You know what happened to me yesterday? I was leaving my house yesterday. I live in a building on the 38th floor. I opened the door, and a black cat ran right in front of me. And I was like, huh? And it startled me, and then it hit me, oh, it's a black cat. And then society's, norms came in my head for a second, but then I was like, wait a minute, no, that's not bad luck. Because black cats had no choice in being black cats, right? They were just born, they were black, and you said they're bad luck. No, bullshit. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be a magical day. but whose cat is this? All the doors were closed, and my neighbors, and he just sat there and looked at me, and I thought, wow, what a beautiful cat. I'm deathly allergic, so I couldn't hug it, which is what I wanted to do, but it turned out to be my friend's cat. I only have one friend on my floor, and it's his cat, which is why I never visit him, because he has a cat. What was his name? Winston. His name is Winston. Mr. Cat. Okay, look at this. And if you're ever stuck, if you're ever bored, just do one shape and kind of let it vibrate. How about that, Apples? And see what it creates. So look at that. So I'm going to let this one vibrate too. By vibrating, I mean just follow the shape over and over. Uh-oh. That didn't dry. I made a bit of a mess, but that's okay. Okay, so there we go. I did it. Ooh, that created a fun element. Okay, I love it. And then I can do more flowers here. So sky's the limit, you guys. Whoops. So that's the only problem with China markers. I tend to press too hard. And then I can go, this is actually for t-shirts. I don't know why I'm using it on that. I can address the pixelations by just, oh my god, she's the best, you guys. She looks like Jinx Monsoon. Do you know who that is? Oh, you guys, this is so much fun. So I love curly hair. I have curly hair, but I straighten my hair, you guys. I know. It's the only part of me that's still colonized. But my grandmother has crazy curly hair, like frothy and insane. She had a picture of Donna Summer growing up as the ideal beauty because she had big hair. Okay, am I done? I think I'm done. So again, I can go at it forever, right? And maybe, you know what? I think this flower might go right there. And so that addresses it, right? Again, it's just one way to remind ourselves that we can roll with the punches and find opportunities in the little hiccups of life. So remember that next time something goes awry. One thing that I've always been taught is that sometimes when things don't happen, that's the blessing, right? So, you know, take that as you will. Sometimes having a Monday, boring day is a safe day, away from war and turmoil. So, I'll take that any day, really. Just give me a good book and coffee, and I'm grateful. Yes, I love it. Okay, here we go. How fun is this? We did it. You would think I'd be ready. Oh, here it is. With this. Oh, I love it so much. I didn't think I was gonna like it this much. So there it is, right? Especially when it's something that's a hiccup, you're not gonna be as precious. You're kind of just like, I don't care anyway, right? So there's that. Let me return to this real quick because I do want to finish this. Okay. Oh, little boy, I love you. I guess use this to. What I wanted to do, of course, was raise. Oh, here we go. I wanted to make rays for the eyes. Rays. Okay. Let me play here. So, one of the questions somebody asked me recently was about ideas. You know, because I do the weekly prompts, I'm constantly creating, and they were like, don't you ever run out of ideas? And I said no, and I think this is part of the whole Miss Cooper thing, part of it, because I've learned through other mediums. No, I mean, there is, okay, so I'm going to share something with you that I don't think I've spoken about, actually, so lean in. The day I found out I was magic was one day in middle school. And this is gonna sound really crazy. I hated middle school, right? Oh my god, I hated middle school. And I knew it was just gonna be another horrible fucking day. And I was walking with these two friends, and we were on our way to whatever the next horrible class was, and I knew it was gonna be bad. But then I saw a puddle on the ground, and on that puddle was a reflection of clouds and light. And as I passed it, I swear, it was like a bolt of light, and I just saw clarity. It was just like, in a millisecond, I knew everything was going to be okay, and I knew that everything was connected. It's making me a little emotional, I don't know why. And everything was okay. And in that connection is where I realized, oh, this is all art. This is all the theater. So play your part, kid. So I played my part, and when I got tired of being the victim, when I got tired of being the fat kid that got bullied, I took on my role of artist. And then I eventually became the art engineer. But it was that moment. And I think a lot of it also, I was open to it, right? I was open to it. Yeah. So be open to it. Be open to things. Yeah, that was crazy. And I mean, I didn't tell them, obviously, because we were somewhere else. They were somewhere else. I was somewhere else. But yeah, because we just don't know where things are leading us, you know? We just don't know. All right, let's see where this eye can take us. I don't know if I like it, you guys. I just don't know. Maybe it doesn't need to radiate. Maybe it just needs to be looking at something and focusing, opposed to, yeah. I like that a little bit more. Yes. Okay. Let me commit to this. Have you had any experiences like that? I'm sure you have. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear them. And I mean, I don't think I've ever felt weird about sharing stuff like that. I'm really not afraid of sharing things, because one, I don't. Because I was kind of raised by myself, I have absolutely no worries of disappointing anybody. Isn't that cool? Like, it took me a while, because for a while I was like, oh, I don't have a dad, I don't have a mom, to kind of like, you know, whatever. But when you let go of that, you realize, wait, I have nothing to lose. So, and that's why it's so easy for me to make safe spaces, because I know it's hard for people. I know it's hard for us to say things, to say our truths. And here's the thing about truth. You don't have to justify your truth to anybody. You just have to be okay with it yourself, right? You guys, and now I'm just rambling and ooh, that's cool. And all to say, it's all right. Play your part and make it a good one. Okay. So this is the thing about organization. You saw how I just did that? Just went blam and got my glue stick. I never used to be able to do that, and now I'm organized, you guys, and I'm top of the world. Won't you join me? Let's see how this happens. So listen to Loren's Kramar and tell me what you think. I am in love. There's the song that I love, Hollywood Boulevard, it's written very bizarre. Like, I don't know how to explain it, the way he's composed it. Because he'll sing one sentence and then speak the other. But he talks about getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And then he says, "Motherfucker is the name on the thing." Oh, so cool. Because it sounds so aggressive and so... It's beautiful. C'est très joli. Oh my god, yes, this is great. Okay, I don't want to dissect it just yet, because I do want to, I just want to let it be first. Okay, let me cut this a little bit to sell the illusion that it's coming out of the eye, out of the curvature of the eye. Okay, oh, yes, okay. But I think we can add something else. Okay. I did like this green. There's something very, there's something very, what am I trying to say, guys? Vintage? Vintagey? There's something very, there's quelque chose about this. I just like the color, the green. It's dusty and it's cool. I'm not gonna attempt to do a perfect circle, so why don't we lean into it? So that's the thing, right? When you know you can't do something, then exaggerate the fuck out of it, so it just feels like you were intentional. So I'm not gonna do a circle. I'm gonna do a vortex type of thing. Oops. See, I already messed that up too. It's okay. Okay, so be sure you like, subscribe. Did I already say that? I don't think I did. I always forget. The channel, share it with your mom and your dad and your teachers, your pastor. Okay. Woohoo! Yes. Hello. And I love, of course I love that because it's writing and it just gives it that, it gives it a little bit more of texture and context. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, I think I'm done. All right, you guys, let's talk about this real quick. All right, so this is my collage. I made it with the Collage Dream May 2024 Digital Kit, and I decided to use this piece of cardboard that was already in the plastic, and the reason I did that is it gave me a parameter, right? It gave me kind of, I already knew where it was going to exist, and I loved it. So I can sell it, ship it, whatever, and it's ready to go. And it was warped. At first I thought, oh, let me not use it, excuse me, but now I love it because it adds that kind of urban decay texture that I was talking about earlier, right? And it's an eye, and I did share some stories about the divine, so I think it tapped into that, right? In the all-seeing eye. So if we go back to my story of us playing a role, who are we playing this role for, right? Who's watching us? Is it you watching yourself? Is it the divine? I mean, listen, you can make it as interesting as you want in your life, or you can be as boring and whatever you want. It's all fair game. So this is my collage, and it's all fair game. I guess that's a great title for it, right? All fair game. So this is the all-seeing eye. You guys, it was a fantastic session. It was a deep session, and it was 40 minutes. Holy mother of God. I love spending time with you and hearing your comments or reading your comments. High five me with an emoji. I love it. And become a member. Become a member. That's all I can say if you want to support this channel and its longevity. So go to collagedream.com and become a member. All right, I am Luis Martin, the art engineer, and I will see you here, there, and everywhere you take your phone. Cheers.